Most people believe endurance is built by running farther, pushing harder, and forcing themselves through more pain. But ancient warriors understood something different. They knew that true endurance doesn't start in the legs. It starts with the breath. While modern athletes chase bigger lungs and longer workouts, these warriors trained their bodies to use oxygen more efficiently. They learned to stay calm when others panicked, to control their breathing when others gasped for air. This single skill allowed them to travel across mountains, deserts, and battlefields for hours without breaking down. The secret wasn't taking more breaths. The secret was making every breath count. And as strange as it sounds, the method they used was so simple that most people today would completely underestimate it. But before you see the technique itself, you first need to understand why modern cardio training gets endurance completely wrong. The training looked unbelievably simple, but it demanded incredible discipline. Before every run, the warriors filled their mouths with water. From that moment on, swallowing was forbidden. Opening the mouth meant instant failure. Every breath had to pass through the nose. At first, the body screamed for more air. The urge to gasp became almost unbearable. But that discomfort was exactly what they were training. Day after day, their diaphragm grew stronger, their breathing became slower, and their bodies learned to stay calm under extreme stress. While most runners panicked the moment carbon dioxide began to rise, these warriors adapted to it. They weren't increasing the size of their lungs. They were increasing the efficiency of every single breath. And that's why they could keep moving for hours while others were forced to stop. But the real advantage of this method wasn't psychological. It was hidden deep inside the human body, where modern science has finally discovered what these ancient warriors somehow knew centuries ago. Ancient warriors had no laboratories, no sports scientists, and no expensive equipment. Yet somehow, they discovered a breathing method that modern science is only beginning to understand. Every time they inhaled through the nose, the air passed through the nasal passages, where the body naturally produced nitric oxide, a powerful molecule that helps widen blood vessels and improves oxygen delivery throughout the body. Mouth breathing skipped this entire process. But that wasn't the biggest advantage. By keeping their mouths closed during intense exercise, they slowly increased their tolerance to carbon dioxide. Instead of panicking when breathing became difficult, their bodies learned to stay relaxed and efficient. The result was extraordinary endurance, faster recovery, and the ability to keep moving while others were forced to stop. The secret was never bigger lungs. It was teaching the body to use every breath more effectively. And now, it's time to see how you can begin training this forgotten skill yourself. Knowing the ancient method is one thing. Training your body to use it is another. And this is where most people fail. They try to force nasal breathing during intense exercise on the very first day. That's a mistake. Ancient warriors spent years building this ability. You should build it step by step. Start with a fast walk while breathing only through your nose. Once that feels natural, move to a light jog. If you feel the urge to open your mouth, don't fight it. Instead, slow your pace until your breathing becomes calm again. Over time, your diaphragm grows stronger, your breathing becomes quieter, and your body learns to use oxygen with far greater efficiency. The goal isn't to breathe more, it's to breathe better. That's exactly how ordinary people slowly develop the endurance of legendary warriors. For ancient warriors, breathing wasn't just a way to stay alive. It was a weapon. Every controlled breath made them calmer under pressure, stronger under fatigue, and more efficient with every step they took. While others relied on brute force, they relied on discipline. And that's the lesson modern fitness often forgets. Real endurance isn't built by pushing harder every day. It's built by teaching your body to stay relaxed when everything inside you wants to panic. The strongest lungs aren't the ones that breathe the most air. They're the ones that use every breath wisely. You don't need to live in the mountains or train like an ancient warrior to apply this principle. Start with 10 minutes of nasal breathing during a brisk walk. As your body adapts, progress to light jogging while keeping your breathing slow and controlled. Be patient. The warriors who mastered this technique didn't build it in a week. They built it over years.